What is up, everyone? JD Geeks here. Recently, I've been talking about smaller blasters like my secondaries and my new Vector Pro that I got in some of my previous videos. But today, I'm actually going to talk about a different nitro shot blaster that I've wanted for a long time. I was planning on actually waiting to get it in a blue variant if they ever came out with one. But my buddy told me that if it ever did come out in blue, he would buy the blue one and trade me, so he would have the green and I could have the blue. Today we are talking about a pretty fan favorite blaster, the Stryker 2.0. I've talked about this blaster in a couple other videos, talking about how if you wanted to stop by the store or a single store and pick up a good set to just start off Nerf with, you should go get the Stryker 2.0 and the Venom Pro at Target. That is so true that I ended up getting one of these blasters, even though I already have a bunch of other blasters. And this is not for the content. I actually did really want this blaster even before I started the YouTube channel. But I did finally end up getting it, so I wanted to review it for you guys. So let's talk about the box here. So on the front, you have the Stryker 2.0 with the P-car that it comes with. It says that there's a little muzzle attachment you can get for the front, or have the P-car to get the accuracy that it says that it has. And then it also says that it can have either the drum that's shown here or magazine compatibility, which I think is absolutely crazy. And then it says that it comes with 40 of the Dart-Zone Nitro Shot Plus darts, which are the best darts that that Dart-Zone has released. On the back, it shows the Stryker 2.0 again with the two muzzle attachments, and then with the magazine in this time, which shows the drum again, and then it also shows the glasses that it comes with. So that's enough talking about the box. Let's get right into the blaster itself. So, go. Okay, that's it. So, this is what the packaging looks like right here. So, you have the instructions. We don't need those. Then, the eye protection, muzzle attachment 1, the P-car for the blaster, the 40 bamboo nitro shot plus darts with some extra O-rings, the drum, the normal mag, the adapter, the stock, and then the blaster itself. So let's get right into getting everything out of here. Tape should be the last thing over here. All right. So let's talk about what we got as we take it out of the box. So, whoops. We have the drum right here, which I actually think looks pretty cool. I like it more than I thought I would. Then we got the normal muzzle attachment right here, which I think might make the barrel slightly longer, but it would definitely not give it any accuracy bonuses. Then we have the stock right here, which it's just a buffer tube stock. It looks like nothing too special. And then we have the blaster itself. Which one did I forget to take off? Right there in the front. There we go. And then we have the blaster itself. So that magazine release is very nice. You can gravity drop this curved little 12 round mag that we got here. Pretty nice. It actually, that is very, very smooth. Slightly flared for the adapter here. So that's really nice. Slide the iron or the sight back a little bit. So yeah, the safety switch is a little far for me. It's kind of hard to reach that, but it's nothing too major. I'd definitely be able to get there if I had to. But all right, let's put everything together. So with stock, just push the little orange button, slide it right on, adjust it wherever you want it. You're good to go for that. Then either the orange muzzle, slide it right here. So I'm actually going to put on for now. And then let's open up this. So the other thing that came with is the P-car with the darts and a little kind of Picatinny rail adapter so you can throw your P-car on the blaster, but you don't need it on the actual front at the same time. So that is the blaster all assembled with the magazine in, but let's look at the actual drum mag as well. So in order to do that, because of the pusher, you have to prime the blaster back, which that is actually a very light prime. You pull the release, grab the entire adapter, and it just comes right out just like that. So very simple, very easy. And then for this, you just, I'm pretty sure you just right here, it's a little bit you push out, you could just pull then on the front until it snaps just like that. Then just take it, same thing, snap that into place, slide the bolt back forward. I don't think you can deprime, so I'm just gonna have to dry fire it sadly. But there you go. Now you have the drum in. So I personally am not a big fan of the drum. I know other people do like it, but I wanted this blaster just because I thought it was really cool to have and look at. And it's basically a Nexus Pro X, but slightly upgraded in my opinion, because you don't have that massive sight over bore issue. But let's actually shoot off a couple shots. Let's try it with the drum and then with the magazine. So we will grab a couple of these Nitro Shot Plus darts that it comes with. Let's just do 2 of each. We'll do 2 through the drum and then 2 through the magazine. I think it loads this way. And you can actually rear load this drum mag, which is very nice right here. You can just rear push that right in and then you are good to go. So we got, oh, that was a dry fire again. So this shot should go through. Oh yeah, that's got some power. And then I'll squeeze the trigger so we can see that slam fire in action. And there it goes. All right, so now, because this is how I'm gonna want it to be, let's throw the magazine in. So first thing, just take the adapter and then you can just shimmy it around a little bit. Maybe. Thought I had it the right way initially. So it's actually kind of hard to put the adapter in. So I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that mid-fight, but it is always an option. You can probably get pretty good at it if you do this pretty often, but I personally am just probably going to run normal mags. So let's throw that right in. There we go. And then loads right in. We can just boom, just like that. And then, because it does have a skinny pusher, you don't have to prime it every time that you shoot as well. So let's get this last shot off. Boom. There we go. That actually feels very, very good. I am not upset about this blaster one bit. I'm not quite sure how good these sights are that it comes with, but we will test that out in the accuracy test. So that's enough talking about the blaster itself. Let's get some FPS testing and accuracy done so you can see if it's worth the get. I'll see you outside. All right, everyone. We are now out with the Stryker 2.0. So let's see how it does. Got the same darts we normally do. 5 worker, 5 saber tee, 5 of the normal bamboo Dart-Zone darts. And then we got some of the Nitro Shot Plus darts. So let's jump right into it with the worker darts we're hitting. .194.8, and I do have the Dart-Zone B car on here because that is what I'll be using for the accuracy test. 197.3, 181.8, 212.1. That one's crazy fast. All right, so that was it for the, or 216.1. That is it for the normal worker darts. So let's jump into the Saber Heavy T darts. All right, so here we go with the Saber Heavy Tees. 192.6, not that much slower. That one did not read. Okay, we'll grab another Saber T dart then. That one also didn't read. What is happening? There we go, 171.8, 170.3. Let me grab a couple more darts. I think 2 didn't read, so let's grab 2 more. 173.9, so it is a little slower. And finally, 171.3. All right, next up are the normal Dart-Zone bamboos. These should be a little quicker. 212.0, 208.1, 208.7, 205.8, and this should be the last one. 211.3. All right, and now for the final darts, we got 5 of the Nitro Shot Plus darts. These are the darts that come stock with the blaster. We got 204.5, 205.9, 208, 204.9, and final dart, 206.1. So not too bad, pretty quick, especially for a store-bought blaster. So let's go to the accuracy test and we'll see how good it is accuracy-wise. I will see you at the targets. All right, here we are with the Stryker 2.0 at the target. I wanted to show how, or if the drum functioned properly. I've seen a lot of other reviews and I know it does work pretty well, but I just wanted to show again how you quickly change that out and then use it for this demonstration. So just remove your normal magazine, pull the slide back, pull the mag release, and pop that little plastic piece right off. Then you just take your drum. I have 15 rounds loaded in here, so we should be good to go. And then you just slide the drum right in and load the dart. I actually just put it in a spot with no dart, so I'm gonna dry fire it to rotate the blaster right in. And now we are good to go. So I will go to my 50 feet away mark, just like all the other primary blasters, and let's see how accurate this thing is. If it is like the Nexus Pro, accuracy wise, this is a crazy deal. The only thing you would really need to make this thing even better than just buying it right off the shelf is the B car from Dart-Zone that I have. So let's test it out. A little low, a little high. There we go. A little to the left, dead center. A little to the left again. A little to the left again. Headshot. Dead center. Hit the black. There we go. Nice. Oh, a little high. Okay, we got one shot left. Let's make this thing count. There we go. So overall, there were a couple shots that just barely missed, but this blaster is very accurate. For the fact that you can go to the store and buy this for $45, it does only come with a P car, not the B car that I do have on here right now. That does help with the accuracy a little bit because it lets the dart keep a bit more FPS and still gives it that same spin. But you could clearly tell that with the B car, almost every single dart was hitting just around this silhouette right here. And I was just kind of aiming here and adjusting as I shot because of how the darts were moving. So these iron sights aren't the best, but let's talk a bit more about it inside. I will see you in the display room. What is up, everyone? We are now back from the accuracy test with the Stryker 2.0. This blaster, what do I think of it? Why would I buy a Target blaster that hits 200 FPS when I have other blasters that can do that, like the 1.2, the Worker Harrier, Seagull, Game Face Tryon, the G2 Max, Unicorn Tactical. I could go on. Why would I choose to buy this blaster? I chose to buy this blaster because out of the Nexus Pro X and this blaster here, the one that I would choose to use myself would be the Stryker 2.0. I did want to let one of my buddies use this during a Nerf tournament if they ever came and they haven't they haven't played in a Nerf tournament yet. So they weren't sure, they didn't have a blaster to use, something of that sort. So I wanted to have something that I considered good for them to use. So obviously I bought the Stryker 2.0 because out of the Nexus Pro X and the Stryker 2.0, this is the one that I would prefer. I would have preferred if this was blue. I believe I mentioned earlier that that my buddy said if a blue one does come out, we would trade. I ended up buying this blaster that same day. I did throw on the Dart-Zone B car, as I mentioned earlier, because for the FPS, this B car is pretty solid right off the bat. So there's no reason for me not to use it. But the fact that this blaster, you can easily take off the back, change the spring if you want. The pistol grip is nice. It's got Talon compatibility, and just by removing this little white bit, you can throw in a drum. It's kind of hard to beat. The prime is super short, super nice. The blaster's it's just very solid, especially the fact that it comes with, if you don't want to put on a B car, it comes with a scar. It comes with the extra barrel attachment that I think looks kind of cool. And it comes with iron sights. Like, you can't, the only blaster that would technically beat this is the Nexus Pro X, because instead of coming with one Talon mag, it comes with two, although this one comes with a drum. But the other issue with the Nexus Pro X compared to this one comes with the best darts that you can buy in stores, in my opinion. The Nitro Shot Plus darts are absolutely insane. Their accuracy is comparable to the Saber T darts. If you watch Bradley Phillips' review, you can clearly see that. If you do want to see a review on the darts themselves with me, please let me know in the comment section below and I will do that. But the fact that it comes with those Nitro Shot Plus darts, which are super accurate and they're bambooed, so they're going to have a faster FPS, like, it's just hard to beat. I actually used those darts in a tournament recently, and they were absolutely insane. I actually really, really liked them, and that's probably going to be my main choice of darts from now on. But that about sums up my review on the Stryker 2.0. JD Geeks signing off. Have a good one.